A new year, a new phone grip from Snap. We're here to make the perfect grip. We've said this time and time again. We are out to make the ultimate phone grip, the phone grip that doesn't suck. And that can mean so many things to so many people, but as we keep making them, we keep learning new ways and new things in terms of what that means. With the Snap 3, we introduced so much great functionality with the ability to charge through it on any phone or case, the ability to be as thin as it is, the rotation, all the things that we brought with the Snap 3. However, we've been doing this for so long now that every time we do a new iteration of the grip, we kind of gain some and we kind of lose some because there's so much preference and sort of, opinion wrapped up into what makes a perfect grip. So we really spend a lot of time, making product, delivering it to you guys, listening to the feedback, and then kind of rolling that into the next thing. We took a major leap in terms of architecture with the Snap 3 compared to the past two generations. And so we really liked a lot of it. We also missed some things from those earlier generations. And so with Snap 4, I think we really were able to make this true hybrid product that brings in all this amazing functionality from all the previous generations into one beautiful, sleek product. What does it mean to be the perfect grip? To me, it's three core things. One, it needs to be as thin as possible. Two, it needs to look good, it look like it belongs on your phone. And three, it needs to have all the functionality that everyone wants a product like this to have. And I think Snap 4 actually does these things. So what do we change from Snap 3 to Snap 4? Well, one right off the bat, you can tell they look a lot different, right? This one just looks more premium, higher quality, and that's because it is. But durability is another core feature it's something we've been striving for from day one that's really hard to do when you consider the limitations of the thickness and the materials and the costs and all the things that go into it. But we spent 6 or 7 months just purely focused on that. How can we make this incredibly durable? And so the Snap 4 is by far our most durable product yet. The arms are now fully captured on both sides. So we're not relying on adhesive anymore to hold things together. And to do that while maintaining the thickness target we had was really tricky, but we were able to figure out how to do it. The arms have this new design now that are designed to be more comfortable and conform more to your fingers and different finger sizes. The other thing about build quality in general, this is an aluminum trim, aircraft grade aluminum, so the whole thing is incredibly rigid now. Like the Snap 3, you could really bend this thing around. It just didn't feel super high quality. This thing it doesn't bend or twist. Same thing even with this cap, which is incredibly thin, but there's very little give, and that's because of this custom polymer that we're using to really make this thing just feel incredibly high quality and durable. One of the things we really wanted to do with Snap 4 was improve the ease of use. Like I said earlier, the Snap 3 had to be it's a two-handed operation. You had to pry it open with one hand while you're holding your phone. It makes this really loud, chunky noise when you open it and you close it. And you had to, open with one hand and use with the other. And so with Snap 4, we made it sort of one-handable. So we have these locating nubs on the back now, and that's what they're there for. You just find it, and then you can slide down like this, and it opens up, and now you have you're in grip mode, which is just a really nice feature. Again, the 1 and 2 had it. This one, the Snap 3 didn't, and this one now does. One-handed operation is something that's really important. Ease of opening is another really important thing. This also has this push open functionality, so if you push along the edge, it'll pop open. The key thing here though is if it stays on your charger or on a mount for like a long period of time, say overnight, it may not open on the first try, but once you use it for the first time, and then if you use it every several hours or so, it'll open with one push like this, which is really, really nice as well. And of course, you can still just pry it open like the previous one. Another thing we get a lot of questions about in terms of why are we doing it this way is the adhesive. The Snap 3 used this really permanent adhesive that was designed to go on any phone or case, but sort of really stay on there. We just wanted to make sure at all costs it stayed on the phone. It's because it's important, right? This thing's designed to work seamlessly with all the various accessories you use throughout the day, and everyone uses different ones, and there's so many options out there. There's a lot of variables. And so we spent a lot of time figuring out how to make this custom, so what we call nano adhesive stack that is designed to stick to all these variables that we have to contend with every day, like this canvas case on this iPhone, or directly to the iPhone glass, or an Android phone, and then silicone. Silicone cases are really hard to stick to. This one is the MagSafe case, and that helps, but this grip will stick to all these things and stay on and not inadvertently come off when you don't want it to, but you can still take it off just by grabbing the bottom lip and pulling it off and then throwing it back on. So it is removable, it is transferable, which is different and better than what we had with Snap 3. And so the other thing was comfort and sort of usage modes, right? The Snap 3 was fairly comfortable, but we thought there was room for improvement and only had one way to use it, which was with 2 fingers. So you had to put your 2 fingers around it like this, and that was really your only option. With Snap 4, you have 2 options now, and they're both really comfortable. And they're comfortable because we have this multi-spoke design now of the arms, and they're just better at sort of wrapping and conforming to the geometry of your finger. But you have the same 2-finger mode, like you do with Snap 3, but also like 1 and 2, you have a 1-finger mode. So you just stick your finger through the center like this, and it's extremely comfortable. And if you're laying down in bed or something, like this is so much better than having to sort of grab onto something like most conventional grips or like with this in 2-finger mode. The stand was another area we really wanted to improve. With Snap 3, if you put it in a stand mode and you set it down the wrong way like this, it would just collapse. And a lot of people would just get confused and say, well, the stand doesn't work. Well, it does. You just have to make sure that you're actually paying attention to how this thing is oriented when you set it down. With Snap 4, you don't. So it's easy to engage. You just slide it, you put your finger on the nub and you slide it until you feel it click into place like this. And now you can set it down in any orientation. So it can be on the side like this. It can be that, like what wouldn't work with the Snap 3, or like this, and you can have a nice sturdy stand either way. And you can also flip it like this, and we call this portrait mode. It's kind of like a slight angle, and it is nicer than being flat, but it's also not a true portrait stand, but that is an option as well. The magnets are such a core feature to the product as well. The Snap 3, all of our products have had them from day one, even the very early grip that we did on Kickstarter in 2019. And so it's something that people love so much, you've always had to make sure we carry it forward. And that doesn't, to us, that doesn't mean that, oh, it's magnetic so it sticks to MagSafe, phones directly, and it does. But to us, it means that the magnets are exposed with enough strength out the back of the grip, so this can stick to a refrigerator or a toolbox. That's really, really important. And so with Snap 4, we were able to make those magnets stronger than they were in the Snap 3. And so we've heard stories of people leaving these on their like car roofs or something at the gas station, driving off, getting home, and realizing it was still stuck on the top of the car. I don't recommend that, but we have heard these stories. At the end of the day, all these things are important, but one of the most important things about any of our grips since the early days is the charging, right? It needs to charge through the grip. So if I put this battery on the back of the phone, it charges through the grip, and this will work with a case or a no case. So this is on the back of a Apple canvas case and the grip, and it works, right? So with Snap 3, we have the same functionality, but with Snap 4, we've actually improved it. It will charge through more things and work in more scenarios. And you imagine there's hundreds of cases and dozens and dozens of phones and hundreds of chargers, and we can't guarantee we're going to work with every one of them. But with Snap 4, it works with more than ever, which is really, really important. And at the end of the day, it all doesn't matter. All this functionality that I just talked about doesn't matter if it doesn't look good. This is the hardest part about any product design, is making something sort of deceivingly simple, right? This thing looks very unassuming, but it does so much. And to me, that's really the cherry on top of all this, is that this thing looks like it belongs on this phone. The beautiful metal trim matches the size of my titanium iPhone 15. And it's something that I just think we really nailed this time with the Snap 4. It's our best product yet. It's the best grip in the world, according to me, and I think you're gonna love it.